Good morning, chat. My name is Penbu, and the programming, puzzle gaming, and music making VTuber on Linux, and today we are playing 5D chess. This is going to be in preparation for the stream on Friday, where we're going to be playing with Syzygy Altair, Z, over on the YouTube side. But more on that later. This is it's a pretty complex game. Complex, but also fairly simple. But it's enough that I think it requires a bit of a primer before going into it, for Friday's stream, because otherwise a lot of people aren't going to be able to understand what's going on. So today we are going to go over some of the intro puzzles and the tutorial, so that we understand what's going on for Friday. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Today's been decent, I think. D chess, yes. Welcome, Angelic Code. And yeah, so this here would be Friday's stream, so if you want to go bookmark that for Friday, it will be YouTube only. So, yeah, it won't be on Twitch. But today will be on Twitch, so that's fine. Going over the guide here, I think we'll start with the guide and then we'll go into the puzzles. The guide should show us how to play. Disclaimer here, I have played this before, and I have gone through most of the puzzles. I don't think I managed to finish all of them, but we'll see if we get there today. So, introduction to 5D chess. Just to summarize all this, the rules are pretty much the same as ordinary chess, they just expanded to a bunch of other dimensions. You do have a timeline, and you can't change the past. What we can do is you can branch into a different timeline. And only what happens in the present really matters. Well, anyway, actually, we'll probably best to just go through it. Standard pieces, the usual. But it does extend to more dimensions. They're all fairly logical, in my opinion. It just requires a bit of thinking. It's stretching your intuition on how the pieces move it a little bit. In terms of timelines, those are fairly simple in terms of indicators. You'll see it on the board when we get there. Checkmate. So not only can you do a standard checkmate, but you can also checkmate across timelines, which is, I think, where most people end up tripping up for this game. To be honest, I don't fully see everything either, but the game will tell you if something is being checked or checkmated. Strategy tips. Attacking King's Pass is easier than attacking its present, which is entirely true, because a lot of the times in this game you are going to accidentally checkmate a king in the past, rather than trying to checkmate in the future, in the present. So yeah, branch, and then also branch very conservatively. So don't go branching everywhere, because you're going to lose track of everything. And here, if you're in check on one timeline, your only option may be to travel very far backwards. So basically, go back in time so that the thing never happened, and hope you stay there. Non-standard pieces, we probably aren't going to be going through these today, or tomorrow. We'll see. But here is the guide, and then now we can actually show what these look like through the puzzles. So, there are 49 puzzles. As I said, I never completed all of them. There are a few that I didn't, but it's also been several years since I last played this, so let's go through it. Rook Tactics, Mate in 1. We are at the present here. We have had 4 moves already, or two moves, one from each player, and then it is our turn now to move. We could, I think is it looking for this? I think it might be looking for this. So we can also look in the past here. This is what you could do. You can also move in the past along the x-axis. So the way to think about this is that not only do you have the 2D board as normal, but you also have in the background, you see this checkerboard here. Sorry, hold on. I need to show my cursor. I will do that. Let me do that. Gotta switch the scenes here. Where's my game capture scene? I thought I okay. You should see my cursor now. Okay, very good. So not only do you have the regular 2D board here, but you also have the time board in the background. So when we look at back in time like that, when we're looking back in time like this, what this is saying is that across the time board, you are also moving in that direction. All right, so the rook can move any number of spaces unobstructed along any dimension. So that includes the 2 dimensions of the regular board, but also the 2 dimensions of the time board. So is the solution here to go in the past and mate this way? Perhaps. I don't think that's a mate, though. Puzzle incomplete. Okay, mate in 1. We're going to try again. Perhaps the point here is this way. So if you move here, then the rook will attack in the past. And this is where things get a little bit confusing. Straw, welcome in. What is 5D? So you have the 2 dimensions of the regular chessboard, then the 2 dimensions of the time board in the background, and then I guess it's the 5th dimension so that you can move between these dimensions. It's like a bridge dimension of sorts. So similar how we have 3 dimensions for us, and then you have the 4th dimension, which is time, to move within the 3 dimensions. And then if you want to go back in time, you have to use the 5th dimension to travel through time, or something like that. Puzzle incomplete. Okay, no, that was not it. This is the first puzzle. So rook tactics does mean that we do have to move the rook. Oh, I don't want that. So we have a couple of moves that we could do. We could put it here, I think. Or we could put it here. We could put it here. But I don't think that's going to really help. We could put it up here. Actually, this is probably it. We put it up here because then we can attack this king here in the past. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is what it looks like. We are attacking this rook here is attacking this king in the past because it is along the same square on the 2D board, but we're going back in the time dimension on the tiles in the background. There's going to be a lot of this, so hopefully you'll be able to keep up. Alright, so we got mate in 2 now. I also have to move the rooks. So we have this, and we can move here. Through that, the history view. We can move back in the time dimension. We can also move in these squares here in the board dimension very easily. Or we can use this. Oh, don't want that. Or we can use this rook and move along this dimension here, which is maybe what we end up doing too. Or we could do normally this, putting the rook over here would be a regular checkmate, but then the king can go backwards. So maybe let's see that. Because their only move is to go backwards in time now. So now we have 2 timelines. And we can either move this one. Well, actually, we have to move this one because this is the present. So this line here, this white line here is the present. And this is what's actually happening. Anything after that is the future, and anything behind is the past. And what actually matters is what's happening in the present. And because now we have two kings here, we can do the same move with this rook, put it over here. And now it doesn't matter which of these kings they try to move in the past, they still end up with another king who is being attacked. So this is checkmate. Right there. You confused yet? Okay, so Rook Tactics 3, we have mate in 1, we have one timeline here. Does they call these world lines? I don't remember. But we have one timeline here. This is the present. We have a move in the future. And we need to move a rook. The only one that we can actually move, because this is already set, the past can't be changed. So our latest boards are these two here. So these are the only two boards that we can manipulate. The one that matters the most, I think, is probably this one. And especially since this is a rook puzzle and there are no rooks over here. So our best bet is to move a rook in here somewhere. And if we move this over here, so if you notice there's a green line here, and that's because if you look on this axis, we can move the rook through this dimension this way. We could move it up here, and it would check this king. I don't really see any alternative, though. Because, or actually, no, you could go this way, too. So if you do this, then it'll attack this king here. But it's not mate in 1. Right, because this is the same space, and it goes along this dimension here. So if we do this, I think it'll be check, but it won't be checkmate. Never mind. Okay, what happened? Oh, no, okay, yeah, that is correct. But why can't this move? Why can't this move anywhere? See, this is why sometimes you end up accidentally checkmating people. So why can't this king move out? Because it can just move this way, couldn't it? Okay. I don't know, but we're gonna say sure. Rook Tactics number 4, mate in 1. So we are now black. Notice the time or the present line is black here. And we have a rook. So we have two timelines that we can work with. We have this one and we have this one. Both of them have rooks in them. And we're trying to get the white king. And I'm seeing that we can maybe move it this way. So if we go here, then we have two rooks over here. But this doesn't actually give us anything useful. I think, probably. If we move this in the past, I also don't think this gives us anything useful. If we move this... No, that also doesn't really coincide with anything, though. Okay, so what if we do this? What if we do put it in the past? We create a third timeline. And so now we have this here. And then I think they can actually get out of this, right? Should be able to. So let's submit the move and see what happens. Yeah, they can just move regularly. We're gonna get rid of that. So what happens if we do something else? there's no point in... So we can actually do... We can move these across the boards in the present too. So that'll be along this axis here. I don't think that's going to be useful. So I don't see how putting one rook into the other one is going to really help. And you can only do one move on one board. So if we move this here, that counts as a move on both boards. And we can't do anything more. But what you can do is you can move one on this board, say we do that, and then we do another move on this board here. Doing, I don't know, this. Not really going to help, though. I'm going to undo that move here. We can move it over here. And that could do something, but probably not. Yeah. They can escape pretty easily. Okay, let's try it again. So we have this one. I think this could be a move. Right, this kind of makes sense. And then we can go up here, because then we can actually... what you can do, I guess, is attack through this timeline axis. So if we put it over here, then this ends up being attacked by this later on. If that makes sense, I think. Or not. We have the spaces right. Just the way apparently was not protected. Okay. This can't be that hard. There were harder puzzles. I remember there being harder puzzles. We can take this. So what if we capture that? I don't think that's going to do anything. And we're just going to try things at random at this point. So I can't move any of the rooks over here. It has to be in the presence. Can I move the king? Is moving the king useful here? I don't think so. So the only useful move that I can see is this one. But then that doesn't really give me any options for anything else. Because I can move it here, that's not going to do anything. I can move it here, that's also not going to do anything. And it's just going to result in them moving somewhere else. And so we could do this. That's a regular check. Oh, actually. That's an idea. So if we move it that way. And then we move this way. I'm gonna try that again. And we need to move on this board as well. Now I'm starting to think that this might be the move. We just need we need the right board for it. This tends to be how I don't know if anyone's actually very good at this game, but this tends to be how things go. At least for the people that I've played it with. So what happens if we move this back in time and move this up? Like so. I don't think this is going to do anything because this sure attacks there, but this has no attack on here. Since this one is all the way down there and there's nothing there. That can only attack these squares here, which is not particularly useful. And also they can just move forward in time. Can we move forward in time? I don't think so, because we don't have a move in the future yet. Can't change the past, so we can't move there. If we do this, then we've locked ourselves out of moves because we've already changed 2 boards. And I think all they need, I mean, they're not even threatened here, so that's not useful. So what if we do this? Again, no threats. By the way, if any of you have any ideas, please do feel free to shout them out in chat. So we could do this, like we did before, but then that's a very easy capture. And then you could do this, but this doesn't actually protect anything because this only protects this square and this square here. I think we may have tried this already. So this can go back here. This can go back here. Look at the parallel view. This can go over here, and this can go over here. And then the regular view, you can move this in these places, which, sure. And what happens if you protect it like that? But then you don't have any threats. So the rooks are now reinforced, but there are no threats. That's part of the problem. Actually, no, hold on. No, I think this is it. Because if we look at the parallel, the history view, right, this rook is attacking this king over here. It's backwards in time. And it's being reinforced by this rook over here through this axis. So it can't capture. And since you can't change the past, I think this is mate. Oh, there we go. So indeed, we are attacking this king, and it's being reinforced by this rook here. So that these kings can't capture like normal. So yeah, it's a lot to wrap your head around, but there we go. And then last of the rook tactics, mate in 2. Yeah, mate in 2 is a very small board, and we just started. I suppose you could do this. Undo the move. We can't do this because I think this is a stalemate, right? Almost. I suppose you could do that. I don't think this is useful though. Yeah, because they go do that. So let's try that again. We can do this. And then you can move this in the past. Or you can move this there. Which is not useful because the present is over here. And it's not protected. But it will be protected over here. but also not useful because again, it could just the king could just move over to the right side. So that's not good. You can go up here. Actually, this is probably a better move. You go up here. This is a check. King can go back in the past this way as before. But now we have better reinforcements. So now we can go this way. And then because this square here is protecting this square over here, once we submit the move, the king can't move that way. The king can't capture down because the king here, our king is protecting it. And then this one is just stuck. Or not. Apparently it can go in the past. That's alright. But I think this might still be the move here. Do we do it this way? Is this the way to do it? No, because it can still go back in the past. So that's no good. So once again, trying this one. And then trying this one. Actually, I think this might work. Because now we have a pin here where if this moves, this gets... this one gets threatened, and if this doesn't move, then it's threatened anyway. We have reinforcement from this one here. So I think this is probably it. Like so. Yeah, so we have this rook threatening this one, and again we have reinforcement this way for this rook here. Okay, that's it for the rook tactics. The rooks are fairly easy to understand. The rest of them, maybe not so much. So here we go, Knight Tactics 1. So if you recall, a knight moves 2 spaces in one dimension, and then 1 space in another dimension. So what this means is that... How's this mate in 1? Okay. What this means is that if we go here, right, we can go back. We can go back one dimension, so that'll be the time dimension, and then we can go forward in 2 dimensions. So this will be in the vertical spatial dimension, and we attack this one. So it's an L shape, but across this dimension here. So there's 1 here and then 2 here. So we end up with, if I can show this, history view. So we jump to this board here, and then we go to up like that. And this is how the knight extrapolates to the 4 dimensions. So now we have another mate in 1. In a similar fashion, we can make use of the time dimension to go 1. And so we may want to consider moving... Oh, I don't know. We only have a few spots anyway. Like maybe we can move here. Maybe we can move here. It's not going to be particularly useful though. But this would allow us to jump to here, and then jump to any other dimension here, which is not going to be useful, because you can just capture. So what if we go here? What if we go here? So again, there's no threat here, so we have to make a move that induces a threat. I don't think this does. Except apparently it does. Because you do... Which one's this attacking? How are you attacking that one? Oh, right, okay. Because we are 2 moves behind, so we actually go two moves backwards in time. And then we go one spatial dimension upwards. So it's 2 moves backwards. So if you look at the grid in the background, so that's 2. And then we end up over here, and then we go up 1, and that satisfies our L. And so, mate in 1 again for the night. Something a little bit more complicated this time. We are white. This is the present. We have some moves in the future on one timeline, but not in this one. We could go over here, and that will create a new timeline here, and then that will threaten this king here, but this king is very easily moved, so I don't think this is it. Like I said, easily moved. We have a few more knights here. Again, one of the things is to attack things in the past. So attack the king in the past. So what can we do here? We only have this dimension to work with, right? To move. So what can we do to attack a king in the past? Where can we go that makes it easy to attack a king in the past? I'm seeing not there. We could possibly do it here, but I don't really see that. What we may actually end up having to do is take this, try to get this king here. So we might want to try getting... We might want to try... Where are we putting this? Aha! No, we tried that already. Okay, we can't put it there. We can put it here. I think, actually, yeah, I think we put it here, because what's going to happen here is that we can move one... Okay, this is where things get a little bit tricky. Once we do this, right, it'll go to here. We can move 1 space backwards, 1 time space backwards, and then 2 board spaces to the right, attacking this king. Or not. Or not. We got attacked from the timeline here. Oh, can we do this? Can we do this? Well, we're getting there. Probably. What I fail to see is... So we can't move to the... We can't move in the future because we don't have the spaces for that. So we can move here, we can move there, we can move to these 2 spots. Or if we take this one, we can move to here, we can move there, and take these 2 spots as well. And then... I don't know, we haven't tried this one yet, I think, so we may as well give it a shot and then see what happens. I don't think this actually goes anywhere, but you never know. Sometimes it just happens to work out. This one, though, this one looks maybe a little bit promising, because what happens then is we attack this king. If you move... Okay, so let's go to here. So that you move one dimension in the timeline dimension here. So one space in the timeline dimension, so you end up over here, and then you go 2 spaces in the to the right in the board dimension, which means you're attacking this king here. So 1, so from here 1 and then 2, and because the paths can't change, you're attacking this king in the presence. Like so. Okay. How are y'all holding up? Take a quick drink here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through all of these. Well, at least maybe try to go to King Tactics 3. Or maybe not, I don't know. We'll probably skip the Unicorn and Dragon ones because we aren't going to be using them. But maybe not. We'll see. So we have a mate in 1 with a knight. Once again, we have to manipulate the presence. So we only have this to go with, and I am thinking that maybe this is enough to move things along because we have this knight here. We have this knight here, in theory, should protect... No, actually, if we go this way, I think if we go this way, if we go all the way back here, what'll happen is that we can move in 1 dimension on this axis over here with the background, the timeline dimension, and then it'll... so say we're over here, so that'll go over here. Then we move timelines, and we can go 2 spaces in the board dimension this way, and it'll attack this king. If I have this right, I think that's correct. Okay. So like I said earlier, you move 1 space in the timeline dimension, so from here to here, and then that takes you to here, and then you can move 2 spaces in the board dimension to the king there. Mate in 1, once again, for the knight. And so we're going to be trying to attack... Oh, I don't know. What if we go here? Of course not. I have a feeling that we probably aren't going to be moving the knight, and the knight is just there to attack from afar. Maybe. But I could be wrong. We might actually have to move the knight. I just don't see where it's safe to do so. Oh, actually, no, this makes sense. This makes sense because of the same thing, right? You can move 1 dimension, 1 timeline dimension up, and then that'll take you here, and then you can do 2 board dimensions up this way, and that'll threaten this king here. Or over here. Same difference. All right. So, Knight Tactics 6, mate in 3. So now we have to think about this. We're going to move this over here. That's going to be check. We're going to move this over here. That's going to be another check. And now we're potentially attacking this king over here, but this is a little bit in the way. Because we'll easily be will easily be captured if that were the case. But can we attack any other king? Yes. So if we move, I was gonna say if we move here, but it's gonna be the same thing, because this can just capture that way. Can we move in the past? Probably not a good idea. But I think we might be able to if we move here. I don't think this is useful though. Okay, let's try that again. Or maybe go this way now. And then we can go here. And then we can go in the past to do something. Like here. Which I think will end up attacking this king here. By doing the one dimension and then 2 spaces here. Like so. And also attacking this one. Alright, I didn't expect that. But yeah, this I guess makes sense, because even if you try to move... So this king can't move because it's in the past, so that move is locked in. If this king tries to move, this is still being threatened, so it doesn't matter. So we have a fork here on 2 kings. Knight Tactics 7. By the way, if any of you have any questions, feel free to shout them out. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. I know this can be pretty confusing, but it's just very confusing. Knight Tactics, Mate in 1. So we have the present over here. We are black. And so we can't move this board because this is in the past. We have to move this board because it's in the present. We can move this board because it's in the future. And this might actually be where we set up, because this knight over here can move up 1 and then move up 2 from here. So this might be what's actually going to capture this, or that's probably what's going to be threatening this this king here. So we may just want to move this way, or maybe not there. Right, that could just be easily captured. Maybe we move over here. No, and we don't have enough moves for it. Okay. Can we move this way? Do we move this to the past? Over here? So the way this moves is like this, so it's 1, or rather 2 dimensions this way. And then, or 2 spaces in this dimension, then 1 space in that dimension there. Or it can move this way because it can move in both the time dimension and the timeline dimension, and end up in the same square there. But I don't know where this should go. So this is a move, but we need to move over here too. And this is what you call not knowing what you're doing. So we can do this. Sure. And then we can move this here. And then that should... That actually does not... Oh, that doesn't attack anything. Alright, we try again. So I can actually move this to the future. And I can do that because I can move 2 spaces in the time dimension, and then 1 space in the timeline dimension, and end up in the same spot there. So this is our L here. So I can move it here. I don't know what it'll do, because I don't see any place where we would... actually, I think this might be sufficiently far away. No, it isn't. Yeah, I don't think this is it. What's the answer? Because you can go here, and then you can move... this doesn't have enough... So this will end up... yeah, no, I don't think this works. And then maybe we do go... No. Oh, let's try it. See what happens. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this this rook here doesn't actually... it doesn't actually threaten anything. Actually, you know what? Let me try something. I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to set up a telestrator so I can draw stuff out. Just it'll be a few minutes. Okay. So now I can draw stuff. Hold on, let me just take this out of studio mode here. So I can draw stuff now. Just trying to figure out where. Okay, that's not where that goes. Trying to position this, and so no, move it this way. It's kind of hard to tell because I can't see it at the same time. Okay, whatever. Just gonna have to make do with that. So what are we looking at? Maybe I can try resizing this one. Resize. The next time I do this, I think I'm gonna try to figure out how to do a telestrator setup properly. This is all on the fly. This is why you don't do stuff on the fly. This is very close. Not quite it. Stop. Okay. Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna have to put up with that. So we're over here. Right. So we have, what do we have here? We have our rook, or I have. Okay, we're not gonna do this. I'm gonna not do this. I need to figure out how to do this properly next time. We're gonna just leave that alone. Gonna remove that from my thing then. In that case, remove the telestrator. Telestrator is very useful, but I need to be able to see where I'm drawing, and I currently can't do that. But what I can do, I guess, is still use the cursor here. So we have this rook here. This can move in these spaces here. But we need to get it so that it threatens one of the kings in the past, probably. That's it. Because this threatens this over here. Or this over here. So we do that, but then but it's also not in the present, so that maybe it doesn't matter. Because the only things that matter are in the present. So that while this would threaten this king here, or this king over here somewhere, because it's not in the present, it doesn't actually matter. That could be a factor in this, but okay, so let's do that again. We'll put this in here. And then we'll move the present. That's not where the present is. Okay, so we actually do have to, but we only move the present backwards, we can't move it forwards. Which makes sense. So can we do this? And then do this? So now we have two kings that are being threatened. So we have a threat over here and a threat over here. And those can be both moved at the same time. So I don't think this is it. Like so. Yeah, because you have to move on all boards that are in the present. That you are able to move. So this is not it. I have this option here. but I also don't think this is useful because this doesn't attack anything, and neither does this one. I take it back. Apparently, this does attack something, and I don't know what. So before we look at the answer here, so this gets another move down here, and the way this works is that you can go down one, and then you can go somewhere. I don't know what this attacks. Oh no, it attacks this one over here in the past. So it moves one, and then it moves two up there. Yeah. So one in the time dimension, then two in the vertical vertical space dimension. Okay. That's it for the knight tactics. Now we go to bishops. Bishops are actually a little bit weird in when you start moving them across time. Because they, well, you'll see here, but they'll start moving seemingly horizontally. And so we can move this here. That's not it. Move this here. Okay, where can we move this? So we'll move this here. But now I'm just trying random squares, which is not what you should be doing. This is just asking for it to be captured, so that can't be it. I think this is it. Because then you get to move in. I don't know how to explain this one. But it does threaten this. It does threaten this king over here. And the reason for that is because if we look at the history view here, you go the rook goes along two dimensions. So one square, one square in lockstep across two dimensions. So if we're saying we're going through the spatial dimension on the horizontal, and then we're going through the time dimension in this way. So let's go back to the regular view here. So we move one space across in the time dimension, and then one space across in the horizontal dimension, and then we do that again, where we go one space across in the time dimension, and then one space across in the horizontal spatial dimension again. So this is how we get there. So this rook actually attacks this square and then this square here, because of how that works, like so. So it's a diagonal just across different dimensions than what you normally associate it with. I find actually the apart from the rooks, I think the bishops are probably some of the easier ones to think about, weirdly enough. Mate in one. So once again, if you go here, then you get to move in two dimensions, one back and then one over here. So once we submit this move, it'll be attacking this king over here. So basically, it's a way of moving to the cardinal directions. So up, down, left, or right, but across time. And that's the power of the bishop here. So once again, you're moving across time one, but you also have to move in another dimension. So if you move one space across time, you also have to move one space across the board, like so. So, bishops. Bishops 3. We're black. And we need to move somewhere. Probably here? No, probably here? This almost doesn't feel right because we end up, I think, attacking this way. Is that right? Yeah, this doesn't attack anything. We can go here, but then we're easily captured by this this king here, so that's not going to do anything. We can move. Oh, I don't know. We can't go in the past because we don't have any boards to go to. But we can stall. Because we can move one space in the... I think we can move one space here. So what'll happen is that we now have one move this way. So now we're going to be attacking this king over here. Because we can move one space in the time dimension and then one space upwards. Or not. Because we captured the bishop. So we actually need to protect our bishop. We can go this way and we can protect our bishop. So we protect our bishop, and then this ends up attacking this king over here because we move one space in the time dimension and then one space in the board dimension to attack this king here. Hopefully that made sense. Bishop Tactics 4. Another maiden one. Again, for the bishops, it's decently easy to look at it as attacking up or down as long as you're going in the past. So we could say go... Do we have enough space? I think we might have enough... We don't have enough space for this one, I think. Because we need 2. We have enough space for this one, but it's easily captured by this king, so that's not going to do it. We have enough here. We move it in the past like this one, but we only have space for 1, which actually works out because then I think we end up attacking this king over here. So we go here, and then we move up 1 timeline dimension, and then we move 1 spatial dimension, so that we attack. I'm going to submit the move, and I will show it. So the way this works is that you move 1 timeline across, so you end up over here, and then you can move 1 space around it on the board, so then we can attack this one. And the reason why... and then nothing on this board can capture this one, so it's attacking across the timelines. Okay. So we are currently in danger right now, with the pawn here attacking the king. But if we move this to the past, it doesn't matter. We can move this in the past, like so, and so then we capture that. And then now with this, because we can move up 2 dimensions, we can move up 2 timeline dimensions, we can also move up 2 spatial dimensions. So we end up actually, threatening this king here. And I think we can just move this wherever we want. Possibly. Are we missing a board? Oh, right. Because we still need to deal with this. Well, why should we? Because we're not in the... It's not in the present. Okay. So I guess we deal with this. We deal with that, and then we move this over. And then it doesn't matter anything else. Are we... Oh, whoops. So this is another common case where you might not realize that... actually, in this case, I just moved myself into danger, so that's not a good example. So we can take this. And then now we're accidentally in the trap for this knight here. So it's the timelines that's going to get you. Okay, so move this way. Hope that's going to be enough. And then we move this way so we can attack on this front here. And it just goes back in time. See, the AI knows what it's doing. I think when it comes to Z and I playing this, we're not going to know what we're doing. Whoever wins is just going to be accidental. Unless, I don't know, maybe she does know what she's doing. And she'll surprise me. Okay, so assume we do this. And then assume we do this. But also this doesn't matter because this ends up... This can still capture this this bishop there, so it doesn't matter. So we can't move it there. We need to find some other place to move this so that it's attacks some king in the past. So the king has to move. We can have it capture that way. And then we can have it capture this way. Oh, but then, right, because we created a timeline now. And that is still in danger. So we can't actually move anything into here. This has to move in the past somewhere. Or not in the past. And do we have enough spaces here? We can only move 2 spaces on the board dimension because we only have 2 time spaces to work with. So that's not going to work. I'm gonna reset this. We're gonna move this to the past somewhere. Gonna move that over there. And then we're going to move this to here to move that a little bit more out of the way, and I think that should give us enough room to threaten this king over here. So this threatens this king, and because we're sufficiently out of the way of this knight here, because that can only go up to this square here, we should be okay. Or not. And they just move to the past. So this is another tactic here, where if the move hasn't happened yet, and you can see it, you can just keep delaying and moving your pieces, moving the present backwards. And that's also how you get a ton of timelines. Okay, so we have to move this in some manner or other. I'm not seeing this. I don't think this is it. Because this doesn't attack anything. Can we move this to this board? No, because then we won't have anything to do with that. We need to take care of this. I can't move this here because then... Actually, no, this might be okay. That might actually be okay. I don't know what else to move, though, because I think having this here is not useful. Because we don't have enough spaces in the past to threaten this king. But also moving it over here is not useful because the knight will just take it. Moving it down here is not useful because it's too far away. And this doesn't line up with anything either. So I don't know where this should go. Well, let's try it anyway. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So with the assumption that we do have to take care of this one, or maybe we move it to the past. Actually, I wonder if this was one of the puzzles that I never ended up solving. It's entirely possible. We're gonna come back to this one. I have a suspicion that this might have been one of the ones that I didn't solve. Pawn tactics. So pawns. Actually, I don't remember how pawns move in this one. Mate in 1. So the obvious solution is we go here, but I think the king can just go backwards. Or not. Okay, so this is just a regular... This one's just regular chess then. So now we have 2 timelines where it doesn't matter what we have in the back here. So we can move 1 space in... So the way the pawns work is that, now that I'm remembering, you can either move 1 space forward in this dimension, as with normal chess, or you can move 1 space in the timeline dimension. So this way over here. So we can move over here. We can fork these 2 kings, and that is checkmate for them. Okay. So now we have, we're white. We have this in the present. We can move 2 spaces here. We're gonna move 1 space over here. Which while this would, I think, threaten... Hold on. I gotta go back and see how the pawn moves, because I actually don't remember this. So we go to the guide, look at the standard pieces. The pawns move 1 or 2 squares in the forward direction. If here forward includes direction towards your opponent's back timeline. The pawn can attack forward 1 square along row, column, space-like, and in turn diagonals. Okay. So that does make sense. So what this means is that the pawn can attack this way, so in the diagonal over here. And I think possibly this way. Or actually, it might be this way or this way. Because it's forward, right? No, this doesn't make any sense. It's forward towards this way, so it's either in the past this way or in the future this way, but diagonal. Or it can attack diagonally on the board as normal. So that means that if we move it so that it's over here... Does this actually attack anything? I don't think it does. I'd be surprised if it did. We can move it this way. Here it is. Okay, so this one is what it demonstrates the diagonal capture across the time dimension. Because what happens is now in the next move, this will be over here. And we are in the same square as this king over here. And so we can capture diagonally through time in the forward direction, so that we're over here, we can capture this king here. Or, well, this king over here, because it white goes with white. Okay. You getting confused yet? And now we have combination attacks here. So now we got a bunch of other pieces. So mate in 2. We can fork this one, or pin this one rather. And then we can. No, then this is just thinking like regular chess. This is it. Mate in 2. We can go this way. Now we can go this way, where we end up going, because it'll end up over here, so we can go 1 backwards in the time dimension and then two forwards in the board dimension, and attack this king over here. Like so. And then we ended up doing that. Okay, so we have 3 timelines now. We have mate in 1. We got to move 1 piece to checkmate. Is it this? And then this? Oh, that's no good. We got to move our king out of the way? Is that it? Okay, no, we do need... We do need this knight, though. So we do this. We put the knight over here. Oh, this can't be right, because you just capture the knight there. What if you do it over here? This can't be it either. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Apparently this is it. And this is because we're threatening which king? Because of this? I think this one is threatening this king over here. Never mind. It is the knights going backwards, and so 1 time dimension here, and then 2 vertical dimensions, or 2 spatial dimensions forward. So this is what I mean by checkmates are going to be extremely accidental. This is, yeah. So in theory, I understand how the pieces move, but when it starts going towards, you know, actually trying things or strategizing things back in time, it's a little bit harder to follow. Okay, combination attacks, mate in 1. We have this piece here. This is the only board that we can manipulate. We have a bunch of kings in the same spot except for this one. I think this one might be the key. And we have black here. So I think what happens, we're going to move this over here so that we then we protect this spot here. I don't know what that's going to do. I have a feeling something is going to be able to attack something else somewhere. Or not. Can we capture this way and have it do stuff? Nope. Can we capture this way? Oh no, we just did that. Is it a matter of moving this backwards in time. But then what? Apparently it is, but I don't understand how this works. Is it because one of these pawns ends up capturing diagonally? Yes. This pawn here attacks this. Is that correct? No, so you end up over here. This pawn ends up... Yeah, okay, yeah. So this pawn here ends up attacking this this king over here, I think. That's how that works. Because you stay in the same square, so this square and this square are the same, but you attack across the timeline dimension. I was one off, but the same idea. Okay. Still a lot more to go through. I don't know if we're going to finish them all. So mate in 2, one obvious thing I can think of is do this here, which is probably not correct. Let's check. But then what? Actually, no, reset puzzle. Because you could go over here, but then it's a very easy capture, so I don't think you want to do that. We can do this, but that's not a guarantee of anything. Also, this isn't really going to help either, because that's not attacking anything. So we could do this. Then that gets captured, and then nothing. This can go all the way over here, but then it ends up capturing the king can just capture easily. So can we put the rook or the bishop somewhere useful? I'm not sure. Okay, so that is apparently the way to go. Where this rook here threatens this king here, but why is it forced to go that way? Or that king over there. If you look at the history view here, it goes across time. It goes across time to capture this king here. But what I don't understand is why is it so if you go here, why is this forced to move? Yeah. No, hold on. Okay, no, that makes sense. Because this has to move somewhere, because this is the only piece they can move. But they can't be on this square here because of the bishop, and it can't be on this square here because of the rook. So it has to move in a space where it's not threatened by either of these pieces. So it can only go here, here, or here. Let me show that a little bit better. So I can either move here, here, or here. These 3 spaces, which all of them are away from this square here. And then that then allows us to move into that square to attack the king of the past. And so in this configuration, we're attacking both this king, but also this king here. Makes sense. Combination attacks 5. So we are currently being threatened by this pawn here, I think. Never mind, we're being attacked by this this Black Knight here in the past. And so we need to find a way. I think the way here is to go backwards in time so that it doesn't happen. Because this hasn't happened yet, right? So as long as this doesn't happen yet, we can go backwards in time, move the present back, and then just avoid it from happening. And then we can do that by moving this over in the past. And then we can move this back in the past again. I just don't know what we would... I don't know what we would move to the past so that it would work. Because all the Black Kings are up here. Which means we can't move this one over here. Technically, this one, I think, if this goes a little bit further, then it would be fine. Can we capture this knight here? I don't think so. We can't let... So we are... The only way we can prevent this from getting this knight, or this king here, because we can't capture this this knight, we have to move back in the past. And then the only things that we can move back in the past are the king and the knight. Perhaps it makes sense to move the king, I don't know. And then we just never let this happen. But we also don't really have any moves, so I don't think this is it. So I think our only option is to do this. Because then we can't touch this board, because otherwise this would advance. So that is our only move. And then the other move that we can do, we have to move something in the past, so that we prevent this from continuing. Now the question is what? And I think the only options here are one of the two knights. And it has to go in that board over there. And it's probably this one. I don't see it though. Do I have to? Do I have to? I think I have to move that. Hold on. No, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, the president is over here. Sure. Can I not just move this so that the president is back there? No, because we're back here. No, that I guess that makes sense. We cannot let the president advance here because we're going to be in check there, checkmate. So our only option still, I think, is to move this in the past. But then the question is what happens afterwards. Are we able to capture this knight? If we are, then great. Oh, actually we can, sure. We can capture that knight. This is no longer threatened. And I think we can capture diagonally. Possibly. Oh, no, the knight. Okay. The knight going backwards in time by one space and then two to the right in board space threatens this king here. So I think it might be this king. One or the other. Yeah, this one. If you look at it this way, it's one backwards in time and then two in the spatial dimension. I kind of want to go back to the bishop one and see if we can figure this one out. So again, as long as we don't touch this one, I think we can move this and move this to the past. Oh, we can't because it's the next move. Okay, reset. Oh, actually, that's it. Why? Why? So I understand that it's so this one threatens this one, or rather, like, this threatens this one here, but I don't understand why you can't just move. I guess there's nothing that's stopping it, right? But also, this, why is this not a problem? Huh? Oh, because it hasn't happened yet. Right. So we have an immediate threat here, but we don't have it because it's Black's move. So it's Black's turn to move, and it can move over there, which happens before this potential capture here. So that makes sense. Okay. We shall continue. I don't know, this might be a shorter stream. I'm starting to This is a lot. Mate in 1, normally this would be mate in regular chess, but I'm not too confident in this one. Okay, apparently it's just a regular chess. Fine. And I have mate in 2, where you have this, and then this goes into block, and then you capture. So this is just normal chess, once again. And then we have this one, where now we have a bunch of... Now the king can actually move backwards in time. So we go here once. The king will go backwards in time because that's the only place they can escape to. Either here or here. And then now we have to deal with another king. Here we can pin these two kings, so it doesn't matter if this one tries to escape, this one will get pinned, and if this tries to escape for whatever reason, this is still under attack. So here we have a checkmate. Like so. That one's still fairly easy. Mate in 3, things are getting a little bit more complex now. We go back in time. I'm gonna submit this move here. To safety. Let's not do that. This here is the obvious solution, I think. Go here. That ends up there. And then what? We move this back in time this way, oh, over here. Right, because then now this one can't move anywhere. Yeah, that makes sense. I stand corrected. But this is also mate in 3, so we do the other tactic where we pin one king against the other. And then we also have to move this one. Doesn't really matter what. We just any move really. And so we pin one king against the other, and that's checkmate. I think that these ones are fairly simple because they're built on regular chess tactics. It's just a matter of you gotta see it across time, which I think applies to anything else in this game. But yeah, this one seems to transfer fairly well. Queens are now if you thought queens were powerful in regular chess, they're extremely powerful in this version. Because now they can move a ton of places. And so the easy way is we can do this, I think. Or not. Can we do this? Okay, somehow that's enough. And I think it's because we threatened this one. Or threatened this one. Or yeah, okay. We're starting 2 of them at the same time. That makes sense. So even if this one tries to move out, you're still threatening over here. Mate in 2. We block that access off, and then we... Oh, I don't know. Go back in time. And now we're threatening this one and nothing else. Could also just capture that, sure. Okay, so direct threat, which I don't think is useful. Gonna reset. Can move this way. So I don't think this can capture this over here. But I could be wrong. Or, you know, threaten... Yeah, okay, no, it is threatening that one. Because the queen is absurdly powerful in this version. It's still moving in diagonals. So it's one... Hold on, yeah, so it's still in lockstep. So we have two time spaces over here. And so if we move 2 time spaces, we also have to move 2 board spaces this way. And so we can threaten this one. But at the same time, we're also threatening this king over here in regular board space. Yeah. That's how that works. Queen Tactics 3. I assume we're going to have to promote one of these to a queen. One, two... Okay, and then we should just spare move here, and then we'll end up attacking this one because it's 3 spaces away. So we're attacking this king over here with this pawn. And then this queen attacks this king on this side because it's 3 spaces away. So this one is obvious. That's just regular chess. And then this here, we look over on this side. Again, three spaces on the timeline dimension, or sorry, on the time dimension, and then we need to do a corresponding 3 spaces on the board dimension. So this way over here. Okay. Queen tactics, mate in 2. Where is the queen? Oh, we're black. Okay. We're black, so this is our queen here. Can we just move this way? So that threatens that. And then we still have a threat over here. And this is a mate in... Oh. That's not good. Do we have enough to do this? Reset. This is a mate in 2. I have to be careful about where I put the pieces. So assuming that we have this over here. The president moves all the way back there. And I think we can't let them do that. So I think we have to put this in check for it to be able to prevent them from moving that over there. And then we can move this. Do we have enough space? We're looking over here. We have these spaces over here. It's probably most likely going to be... So we move this over here. That's a very easy capture, so we can't do that. We can put this over here. That is a capture. Oh, there's not a capture, so this can go... This will attack this way over here on the king. But I don't think it'll attack over here. Because if you go in lockstep, there's no way you can... There's no direct path to this one. So, not this move. But if you go over here... You go over here... I think if you go over here, we can attack this king in the pass over here. And it just gets eaten by the knight. Okay. So, try that again. We go over here. And then now the position's changed. Can we go here? Threaten it in the past? Okay, I guess it doesn't threaten in the past. I still think this is probably correct. Or it might be this might be more correct. And then we'd go move this in the past or something. Like so, but then you still have places to go. So this can't be right. This can't be right because this can just capture easily. This has spaces. This has holes. And then anywhere else is not viable. This might be? Captured easily, okay. No, this one still has holes. I do think going back in time is still probably the answer. It's just a matter of where. Aha, there it is. The queen here attacks this king over here. I think. Never mind, it attacks this king over here and it attacks this king over here. So, I mean, I had the right idea with this one. Just the wrong board. And then this one attacks this one for the same reason. Because you're going in one diagonal dimension and then one diagonal dimension over here. It's kind of hard to look at. But that's the way it works out. Mr. E, welcome in. We have just finished the queen tactics. We're moving on to the king tactics. And then maybe we'll get to the opening traps and tricky chess checkmates. Although I am starting to... it is starting to get a little bit harder to keep going. Okay. So mate 1. So I'm gonna get a drink of water here. So mate 1, we are black, and the president is over here. I can barely play normal chess. I'm sure a lot of viewers for Friday's collab will probably not have a whole ton of experience with normal chess, or at least like good chess strategy, which is fine because for the most part, this game, if you're playing with real people, you're going to be winning by accident. And so even if you don't end up reviewing the rest of the stream, it's not going to make sense to anyone anyway. So it works out. But anyway, we have one board here that we can move. And we can move our king somewhere. I don't know where. Actually, hold on. This is fine. This is fine because we can move our king over here. And it'll be out of the way because the past can't be changed. The past can't be changed, which means because we are now in the present here, we attack, I think, this king over here? Yeah, I think we attack this king over here. We attack more than one king, alright. So the way this works is that the king can move, again, the same as the queen, where it can move one space in one dimension and then another space in another dimension. So up to 2 dimensions. And so it moves in the timeline dimension this way, and then moves in the board dimension this way to attack this one. And then in the same manner here, it can move in these 2 dimensions over here, and then move in the diagonal dimension over here to attack this. So it goes into this square here, and then it moves diagonally over here that way. And then it also attacks this one in the same manner, so it moves in the diagonal direction across time. This time forward, and I guess you can't really see. Forward in time to over here, and then one in the vertical dimension this way. So kings and queens are absurdly powerful, and they're probably going to catch you off guard. The presence is over here. We have one board that we can move because this one is in the past. And so we have the king here. We have to find a way. I think our best bet is to try to find a way to... Actually, no, we have 2 boards we can move. So we can move this one to the past. We can't move it here, though. Because that'll be captured. Yeah, we can't put our king in danger like that. We can, however, do this. Because this now becomes the present, and then this now threatens this king over here. And this king over... No, actually, no, that doesn't make sense. That's not right. No, that doesn't actually work. Well, I'll try it anyway, just to make sure it doesn't. Okay. We can move this king over here. And I think this one actually would do it. Because then what happens is this ends up moving here. This will threaten this king over here. And also this king, not that king up here. That's too far. So yeah, this king over here. So once again, one space in the timeline dimension, and then a diagonal in the spatial dimension. So one space timeline gets you over here, and then one space diagonally over here to capture to threaten this king. All right, last of the king tactics here. Mate in 1. Once again, we're going to try to threaten a king in the past. Probably with this king over here. And probably going to be threatening this king here. So what I'm seeing is we go this way. So that we end up threatening this king up here. Over here. So we're safe here because there's nothing that can attack us, I think. Possibly. Actually, no, this isn't right. Because what happens... This is not in the past anymore. But this is in the past. That's too far away. Well, apparently that is it. Why is this not... Why can you not move this out? This doesn't make sense to me. So yes, I can see the threats. I don't see why... I don't see why you can't. Oh, because it doesn't matter what you move out here. So these two are in the past, so you can't move. You can't move these ones. If you try to move this to the past somewhere else, which I don't think they can anyway, it'll, regardless of what they do here, it'll still advance to the next board, and there is a threat in the next board. Yeah, that makes sense. So there's nothing they can do. The time will advance, and there will be the threat. We're going to skip Unicorn and Dragon because I don't think we're going to be doing that in Friday's stream. So we can go ahead and go to the opening traps. And now we're playing with a full board, which is a whole ton way more complicated. If chess isn't solved, then this is very much not solved either, probably. So we have a mate in 1. And I think this involves moving the queen backwards. Maybe. Because surely you can move it here, right? I think. And then this queen will just... Oh, no, but can't do that. Never mind. I'm gonna undo that. Move it this way. So then the question is, which king does this threaten? Because this threatens this one over here, but it should also threaten something else. Because in normal chess, you would just move this out of the way. You move the bishop or something to block the queen. But because I think we end up threatening this king over here. Or rather this king over... Yeah, this king over here. You have two time dimensions, or 2 time spaces in the past, which means we can move 2 spatial dimensions as well. We're over here. 1, 2. That's not enough. Hold up. Is it 3? 1, 2, 3. Okay, no, we do have 3. We're doing that one. That makes more sense. So we have 3 time spaces. We're moving 3 time spaces back, and then we're moving from here. So take this from here. I can show you this over here. We take the diagonal that way. So it's 3 time spaces back. 1, 2, 3. That ends up putting us over here. And then 3 board spaces up. So 1, 2, 3, and we threaten this king here. Whether we'll actually end up being able to use that in a real game, who knows? And now we have a bunch more boards. Mate in 1 for black. Is it using the bishop? Yes, I think we move over here. Because remember, the bishop moves forward, or moves in the cardinal directions if you go backwards in time. So this will actually, 1, 2, 3, takes us over here, and it threatens this one because 1, 2, 3. We can threaten this king over here. Or that king over there. It's same difference. So yeah, the way that works there, take this. Right, if we take the diagonal, it hits the king. Okay. Opening trust, mate in 1 for black. I'm guessing this has to do with the queen. And it's probably going to be capturing that because that allows us to go... How many spaces do we have? That'll take us to the 4... No, actually, this is too far. I think this might be too far. No, this is fine. Because whatever white ends up doing, we end up... I think we end up threatening this king over here because of the diagonal. Or not. Never mind. Oh, right, we're black. So that actually doesn't work. We don't have no spaces for that. We can, however, do this. I think we can get a little bit closer with this. And then we do the same thing there where we have the diagonal here, and then because that's diagonal for 3 spaces, we can actually we threaten this king over here. Because we have 3 spaces backwards in time and 3 diagonal spaces on the board, which takes us to here. Like so. And we'll look at that in the history view. We see the diagonal going that way. There's a lot to take in. Opening traps 4. Mate in 2. Things are going to get a little bit more complicated here. We're white, and we need to get back... Oh, I don't know. We can take one of these. Well, do we use the queen to go backwards in time? Or to threaten something backwards in time? Okay. I'll try putting it here. Let's see what happens there. That one technically doesn't matter, I think. But we do have to move something else. This is probably not the move. Actually, this might be okay. Or not. Okay. So we gotta find some way of forcing a move somewhere. So I think we can start with this. No, that doesn't make sense. Because this can just be easily captured like normal. So we can't do that. We can do this. Which, do we have enough spaces? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to work with. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be doable. This might be what ends up doing our threats. So we do that, and then that should be enough to threaten the king over there. Or not. Hold on, what? Why isn't this, Oh, because it only goes over there. Right, because it's blocked by this pawn here. That's right. Because it can't move forward. Now we get the queen over there. Then that could be an option, but we can't. Can we get the queen over here? I don't think this is enough, though. Also, it's blocked by this pawn, so it doesn't matter. Actually, maybe it's not blocked by the pawn. I don't understand how this works. Aha. Okay. Do we move the queen? Do we move the queen like this? I don't think so. Because it needs to be in sights of the king at some point. This isn't going to be useful because it's just going to get captured. That's also just asking to be captured. Maybe this was one of the ones that I didn't get. I can't remember. We move this backwards in time like this. And then do we have enough space for this to move? I don't think so. No, undo that. I don't think that has enough space to move. We're gonna skip this one for now. That might be one of the ones that I didn't get. Okay, so we have this as our only possible move. We have the queen threatening the king, so we have to move backwards. We have to move backwards in time somehow. But we can do a mate in one, which means we can capture something. Can we do this? Or can we do this? Oh, no, hold on. We can't do that. We have to move it from over here. Because we cannot let this one advance. So we can't make any moves here from anywhere. So this actually has to move this way. Maybe it isn't queen. But also I don't see anything else other than the queen. I think it has to be the queen. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, no. So maybe we do... Okay, can we capture anything on this board from here? Is he maybe one of these pieces? Doesn't look like it. Do we use a king? I think we might end up having to use a king. Cannot. So either we capture the queen somehow, which I don't think we can do, or we move something backwards in time. We can't have this, because we still need to make a move over here. How far back can we go? Wait, why? Why? Oh, right, okay. No. I forgot. We have another queen here protecting this one, so this is completely protected. And then this is just normal. Oh, this is just a normal checkmate. Plus a few others. So we have a diagonal in the time dimension, but also diagonal in the spatial dimension. So that's two diagonals here. Same thing with this one. We have a diagonal on the time dimension, and then we have a diagonal in the space. That goes here, that goes there. And then this one goes one forward in the timeline dimension, so it takes us over here. And then one in the diagonal in the spatial dimension that way. And then this one is just normal chess. And that is how you beat your opponents in time, because this threatens first before this one. Okay. Alright, time for more? Well, let's give these ones a shot. Mate in one, tricky checkmates. If you go to... How do you do that? Mate in one, how do you mate in one? Because you can go here. Or you can go here. Oh, right, because I have to move both of them. That's right, okay. Reset. So, there's going to be some indirect action where we have this one supporting somewhere. And then this one is probably the one that's attacking. And so what we end up having, I think, is we're going to end up having to attack this. And we end up having to attack this this king on this side here on this board. And we end up doing a diagonal capture somewhere, or diagonal supports. I don't see how, but undo. Can't do it this way, because then there's nothing there. Can't do this, because then what good does this do? You just capture it like normal. You can do this, but that doesn't threaten anything. Now also go to this board? Why? Okay, so we move that into place so that it has nowhere to go. And then you move this. It's a stalemate. Well, I guess it's not a stalemate because it has timelines it can go to. I still think this is probably the best move. Maybe. I don't know what else it would do. Because he would still end up moving there. If it has nowhere else to go. So do I go here? And then do this. Make sure that that doesn't move. No. So I go here, and then it goes here. So I go here, and then it goes here. As it says, tricky checkmate. We're going to go back to that one later. Mate in 1. The king is over here, so I think... Do we go here? And then we have this in position over here. So this one supports this one. But it doesn't actually have any I see a threat here. Actually, no, I do see a threat because it can move in one direction here. It's a one time space backwards and then 2 forwards, so this will actually threaten this one. And then this is supporting so that it can't capture this way. Except it can capture this way because it doesn't matter. Is this the way to go? I think it might be. No, it can't be. Okay, reset. So we can't do this because then we run out of moves. I can move it here. It's not really going to do anything though. I can move this here. To reset. I think that might actually be the move. We move this over here and we move this elsewhere. Move this down here. No. I don't know. I don't know. Do we actually have to move this out of the way? Like this way? Or this over here somewhere? Doesn't make sense to me. Ah, well, so either... No, we can still capture both of these, I think. Yeah. Just through regular means. Maybe move this way. Oh, that's going to be a capture, though. Yeah, there's no threat here. That's the problem. There's no threat. Right, I maybe come back to that one too. I think the main thing here is we're going to be exposed to some of the problems that we can maybe go through, and whether we actually end up solving them, I don't know, but... Okay, so we have a queen, which is absurdly powerful. Yeah, you can just capture that. So how do you get it so that I don't think this can actually... So this can move forward, but it can also capture diagonally. But only in the one direction. So you can't do this because this will not capture diagonally this way. You can do this, but that also doesn't really have any impact. So there's no threat there. We can threaten this way. And then we have that. We can also threaten this way. Well, hold on, this is a mate in one though. How do you make a threat? You can threaten this way, so that'll be a threat in this board here. Or we move this to the other board and we threaten this way. Just in the right spot. Which I don't think we have the right spot for. This one is not a threat. There are only a limited number of moves we can do here. Oh. This might actually get us over there. This might be a threat here. Or here. That might be it. Or not. Why not? This... I see. So this does threaten something, just not what we want. Draw. Why? The stalemate somewhere. I don't see the stalemate. Because this can't move anywhere? This can move, so... no, I think this threatens something. I don't know. Karma Komodo, welcome in. We're getting stumped by puzzles here. Which we may or may not end up solving, because, there's a point where they're hard enough that I just don't want to bother. And for the collab that's going to be on Friday, I don't think either of us are really going to know what we're doing, so it doesn't even matter. Totally understand what's happening. Yeah, we're just basically just moving pieces here. But yeah, since I mentioned the stream on Friday, that it's going to be a collab with Z. We're going to be doing 5D chess, and this is the preparation for that, just so that you have some semblance of what's going on during the stream there. Whether anything will actually make sense, who knows, but at least you get to see the strategies here. Oh wait, advanced branching 1. This is where things get tricky. Well, things have been tricky. Do they know how to play? Yes, Z has played this before, so I assume that she knows at least as much as I do, possibly. We'll see. I've never seen her play this game before, so we're in for a bit of a surprise. Mate in 1. And I think we need to branch from the future. So the way this works, just for anyone who's just coming in here, the present is represented by this line. The color that it is the person whose turn it is, and you are currently white. Or we are currently white because the line is white, and it's our move. You can't change anything that's in the past, so anything at the tip of the arrow is the present for that timeline, but the absolute present is where this line is. Anything that happens in the future doesn't matter. You can send pieces backwards and forwards, but you can't change anything that's already happened. So, for example, we can take this queen here and move this in the past somewhere. Like here. But... or here. But honestly, I don't know if that's going to help, because I think they can just move to another space in the future. Also, we have to move this. Here? Here? Right, because that's where the... Okay. We're going to redo that. I think that might be a move, where you put this over in the past. Over here. But then you also move this to the past, so that we can move the present to the past. Why is this the for the present? Hold up. This doesn't make sense. Well, how did you advance to the present? So we move this in the past. Okay, sure. Actually, no. We moved this in the past. So we move this to the past. And it still advances to the... How do we move this in the past? Or maybe we don't move it to the past and we just deal with it. We move this over here. And I think we can probably do this. Or not. Move this to the present. And then we can move this down. I don't understand how this is working. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna try the other puzzle, and honestly, I don't know if we're gonna end up solving any of the ones we skipped. So I think we're at the point where this has gone on a little bit too long. So we're black. This is the present. We have to make a move over here. We had this one in the future, which we were probably going to send something to the past this way. Possibly. Or we don't. We branch over here. And then move something over here like this. Can you tell I don't know what I'm doing here? So I think we do end up having to move something here in the past. Or to the present, I guess. Take something from the future to the present. I think we're in for a tutorial. This is the tutorial. The puzzles we've been going through have been the tutorial. We're just at the last legs of it. Man, where do we put this? So can't change this one. So the only two boards we can change are these two. We can move this over here, but it's not really going to help us because we're not there yet. This can move over here. I don't think we can do that. I think this has to move. I think this has to move to this board. And then we can move this down here to this board. So we can create another one of these things here. And then somehow this attacks this one over here, but then this can be easily... Oh, this can't. I think this might be it. I think this might be it, because then we can go 2 spaces. Just gonna wait for Twitch to end ads here, so I can explain this here. So, welcome back, Twitch. So I think this one works. What we did was we moved... What do we move? Yeah, so we moved our bishop to the past here, which created this timeline, and then we moved our knights from the present to another timeline in the present, which then moved which created another timeline over here, and then because of that, the knights can move 1-2 spaces forward in the timelines, and then 1 space, so that'll take it to over here. And then 1 space forward in the board dimension, so that'll threaten this king over here. But it can also just capture here, so that I don't think that's gonna work. Actually, no, it can't capture because of this this bishop here. So I think this might actually be it, or not, because they can go back in time. And then, man. So as I said, when we're actually going to end up playing this, a lot of the wins, the majority of the wins are probably going to be accidental because of stuff like this. I would like to see high level play of this game. I don't think I've searched any up, but this doesn't matter because we're not there yet. I'm inclined to do that, and then we can move this to here. And we can't do that. Right. I don't know. I don't think I'm up for trying that again. What else do we have here that we haven't solved out of the ones that are here? We can try this opening traps 4, mate, and 2 again. See if this is... We only have one piece to move. And I don't know if it has to be moved in this board or if it has to be moved in the past. I can't move that here because it's going to be blocked by this pawn here, so maybe we move a pawn. Right, we can't do that. Okay, we're moving the queen. I think we have to move the queen. And the question is where? Okay. Does this give us enough room to work with? I don't think this gives us enough room to work with. Because sure you can do something like this, but also you can't. Because this creates another timeline. We don't have enough space in this timeline to go all the way back here, I think. Unless we create a diagonal. Oh, that's not gonna work. Well, you never know. Maybe it will. I don't know. I think we're just gonna leave it there. So yeah, the puzzles get a lot harder as we go on. If you like to play the game, you know, it's the link on the YouTube side is in the description. I'm gonna send the link over in Twitch chat too. Where is it? This one. So if you like to give these puzzles a shot, there's the game. I'm gonna send that over in YouTube chat as well, even though it is in the description. It is in some ways simple, but also in many ways complex. But it's not as complex as you might think it is, because, or at least the games that you end up playing won't be as complex as you think they are, because a lot of the times you're gonna end up just winning accidentally, and you'll find that you'll find, I suspect you will find a lot of that in the stream on Friday with Z here. The stream will be YouTube only, so for those of you on Twitch, you might want to consider subscribing over there and setting some sort of notification for the one over there. But yeah, this should be fun. In perhaps not conventionally fun, but this would be fun in either way. Actually, no, it may be conventionally fun too. Just a lot of unexpected stuff. This will absolutely go over our heads. Okay, I think that's it. We're gonna leave it there. I can't. I can't anymore with this game. For those of you who are new here, my name is Penbu. I'm the programming, puzzle gaming, and music making vtuber on Linux. This was my idea, by the way, I think, to do this collab. Z had mentioned that she liked playing 5D chess, and I also have the game and know how to play, and so I figured I kind of know what I'm getting into. And so we'll see what happens on Friday. But yeah, so for those of you who are new here, my name is Penbu. I'm the programming, puzzle gaming, and music making VTuber on Linux. Today we're going over 5D chess puzzles, and we completed 40 out of 49. We only have 9 to go, and I don't know if we're going to end up completing those. Although if you subtract the unicorn stuff, that's 46, because I don't think we're going to be playing with those in Friday's stream. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's 5D chess. Thanks for coming. For those of you on Twitch, stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid. On YouTube, I'm not going to raid anyone because I can't, but I am going to suggest... I'm going to go over here anyway. I found this new VTuber, or I mean, she's been around longer than I have, Shurgi, who also does composition and with sheet music. And so I am excited to check that out, because it is one of the reasons why I came into to do VTubing, is to fill in the niche of notation composers who are VTubers. There aren't a lot of us out there, so every one that we find is pretty exciting. But for those of you on Twitch, we're going to find somebody to raid. There's nobody on the chess channel or the chess category, so we might end up having to raid outside of chess. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next stream Friday at, I think it's an hour and a half later than usual because of time zones, something like that. In the Discord, right? You can find the exact time on Discord, or any updates there too. We have and we do not have a chess channel. But if chess gets talked up enough there, maybe we'll make one. Okay, we're gonna stop stalling. I'm gonna go find something to raid, and thank you for coming, and I hope to see you on the stream on Friday. Alright, chat. Bye. Never mind. I did find somebody who's I did find somebody. Okay. So we are not going to be raiding outside the chess category anymore. We're gonna say hello to Basil, who apparently doesn't have the VTuber tag on their channel, but they're a VTuber. So there we go. Here's the raid message if you'd like to participate. Just go ahead and copy that, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Enjoy the chess. This is regular chess, by the way. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye, chat. Bye.